Good afternoon, everyone. Week one of visiting schools and youth groups in the Perth area is nearly up. As promised, there was a few questions that people had, and I've got a couple of questions here. One question's been, have you ever been back to the train station where the accident happened? And I did. It took me close to about 13 and a half years to actually get back to that train station, Cronulla train station, where the accident happened. And for me, it was like one part of my accident, one part of that chapter being closed by going back to the station, and because I used to feel physically sick when I used to go back to that, just to that suburb. But yeah, that was something that was really difficult and hard for me to do. And someone asked if I actually met the train driver. I never met the train driver. He didn't want to talk to me because obviously it's impacted his life, what he went through, and it's something that he has to live with for the rest of his life. I wanted to apologise to him. I wanted to write him a letter, but he never wanted anything to do with me, which is fair enough, because I've got no idea how I impacted his life. And just little questions people are saying, was I right-handed? Yes, I was right-handed. I had to learn to do everything again with my left hand. Just simple, basic, everyday activities like holding a pen, using a pen, to doing things like doing up my buttons. When people say, what's the hardest thing for you to do? It's buttering a piece of toast, believe it or not, is one of the hardest things for me to do. Do I think that my life would be different now if the accident would happen? To be honest with you, I don't know. Of course it would be different, but in what way, I've got no idea. And I think the last question I'd like to finish up on is that someone said out at St. Mark's Christian College, they asked me a question, a really good question. They said, have you always had your sense of humour? Because I like to make people laugh in the presentations. Have I always had my sense of humour like before the accident, or did it come after the accident? And I think more so after the accident, because what's helped me work through this is, number one, owning my behaviour, accepting responsibility for my actions, a choice that I made. Number two is to have a joke, have a laugh. If you know a good one-arm, one-legged joke, let me know. This young girl said one day, she said, how do you make a one-armed man fall out of a tree? And I said, how? And she said, wave at him. So you need to be able to have a laugh at yourself and be aware of the friends, the people that you hang around with, because really friends determine the things that you do in your life. So be a real mate, look out for your friends, make smarter, safer choices, especially around train stations, level crossings, pedestrian crossings. Thanks, and I'll talk to you next week.